Thank you to Christopher Arnold for these 3 suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I will be doing the Utah Utes. Last season, Utah Utes went 10-4, 9-1 in the Pac-12, with a loss in the Rose Bowl to Ohio State in one of the best bowl games this past season. Last season they had 3 regular season losses. They lost at BYU, at San Diego State in overtime. Those two you can't have losses. You cannot have losses like that if you're going to be a contender. And then at Oregon State near the middle of the season. If they would have won all 3 of those games, they would have went to the college football playoff. Anyways, Utah, they have one of the best coaches, one of the great coaches in college football, in Kyle Whittingham. They lost last year one of their best linebackers they've ever had in Devin Lloyd. However, they do have a great team around them, including players such as Cameron Rising, who's a sophomore this or a redshirt junior transfer this year. He was like dynamite in a bottle last year. They also have Tavion Thomas, junior transfer, another great player. They had Dalton Kincaid, another great player. I didn't know how to pronounce his name. Their wide receivers, there's 1 senior, 1 redshirt sophomore, and 1 sophomore. If there was a downside on this offense, it would be that. They have a young offensive line, younger than usual. They have 2 redshirt sophomores, redshirt juniors, a redshirt sophomore, and a sophomore. So if I could say any kind of weak spot on this offense, it would be the wide receiver position and the offensive line. Now to the defense, they have a senior transfer in Mohamed Diabate from Florida at linebacker. That's pretty ironic since they do play at Florida in week 1, as you see. They also have Miki Suga Turaga, a redshirt sophomore, junior Tafuna, sophomore, Devin Kafusi, senior transfer from BYU, Van Fillinger, redshirt sophomore, Karini Reed, sophomore, Hayden Fury, junior, Jarvis Broughton, junior, and some others, including Clark Phillips, the 3rd, sophomore. So they have a pretty good team. Their bright spots, of course, going to be their offense, but their defense is going to be pretty good as well, especially with that transfer, Mohamed Diabate. So we will see how they do right now. Right after I show you the recruiting ranking. They were 5th in the Pac-12 over the past 5 years, 33rd in the nation. Not bad for a Pac-12 team. They're right behind Washington, who's at 32. This year, they're ranked 38th in recruiting. Last year, 34th, 2020, 29th, 2019, 42nd, and 2018, 33rd. Kyle Whittingham has done a great job of developing the recruits that he gets. He may not get the best recruits, but he's a great developer of talent. So, let's see how that talent will do this season. So, week 1, like we've established, they go on the road to the Swamp to play the Gators. Now, Florida, of course, they fired Dan Mullen from last year. They lost some pieces at the transfer portal, including Jacob Copeland and others, and Mohamed Diabate. So Florida, I think, is going to take a step back this year. And Utah, I think, has a good chance of beating Florida. And I think they do. I think they go to the Swamp and get a big win in Gainesville and beat the Gators to start out 1-0. Week 2, they play Southern Utah, win. Week 3, a revenge game against San Diego State. I think that's another win. Week 4, at Arizona State. I think they're going to be a decent team, but not to the level of Utah, so I think that's a win for the Utes. So I think they're 4-0. Next, they go and play Oregon State at home. I think that's a win. Then you're 5-0 going into the game at the Rose Bowl against UCLA. I've already done a UCLA preview. They're going to be a pretty good team this year, and I think you'd lose on the road at UCLA. UCLA's offense is going to be pretty good this year, in my opinion. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Zach Charbonnet, and others. And I think they kind of sneak up on you. I'm predicting this is going to be a great game. Great if you love offense. So that's their first loss, and they're 5-1 going into the next game against the new Lincoln Riley-led USC Trojans. I think you're going to beat USC. I think you're going to have enough firepower and enough defense to slow down this Trojans team. So I think that you go to 6-1 before your bye week. Then you go on the road to Washington State. Not a pushover team, but I think you'll pull out the win. Then you have Arizona, pushover, win. Stanford at home, another win. At Oregon, which you pretty much owned them last year. That's going to be a win. And then at Colorado, another win. This is a little easy preview. Utah, I think, is going to be a 10 to 12 caliber team. I think they may slip up like at that UCLA loss that I have predicted. But that's what I think. I think Utah is going to go 11-1, shot at the Pac-12 championship, and a shot at the playoff. We'll see how everything else shakes out. But right now, they're slotted to go to the Pac-12 championship in my eyes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed me ramble about college football. If you would like me to do a specific team, let me know in the comments, and I'll get right on that as soon as I can. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and go Dogs.